We have a couple of quizzes that are coming from the server, and we are rendering it here. When we did implement it, I think we used a hard-coded ID for the quiz, right? So instead of using this hard-coded ID for the quiz, what we could do is parse the ID of the quiz here from the URL, right, and use that instead. So to do that, right, we are going to use the activated route service. We're going to ask for this route to be injected. Say private, and this will be route, and this will be the activated route. Okay, once we have that, right, we can parse the parameters quiz ID, right, and copy it perhaps into a local ID. Right, so we'll say maybe this is a quiz ID, which initially is an empty string. And what we're going to do is that we're going to use the activated route so that we can listen for changes in the parameters. We're going to subscribe so that whenever there's a change in the parameters, we are going to be notified. We're going to copy into our local quiz variable. We're going to copy the params from the URL, and the way we configured this was in the route. Right? If we go back to the route, we'll notice that the route was configured using this pattern, right? Quizzes followed by a quiz ID. Right? Notice that this is a placeholder that allows me to parse it and then refer to it here. Once we have the quiz ID, we can now use it here in the fetch. Right? Notice that this won't work. Right? If I do this here like that, this quiz ID, even though I have went and retrieved the quiz ID and I have it copied in a local variable, this fetch, right? We're not yet guaranteed, right? When we're going to do this fetch, we're not guaranteed to have the value of the quiz ID just yet, okay? Because this subscribe here is asynchronous, right? So we're not guaranteed that we have this value before we hit this fetch. So to guarantee that things happen in a sequential order, right? We're going to move this fetch. We're going to move it inside of this subscribe. Now we're guaranteed that we do have the quiz ID, right? And we can use it as part of the URL. Okay. All right. So we have head over here. Notice that for 2, 3, 4, we actually have 3 questions, right? If we have 1, 2, 3, we just have 1, right? Or 3, 4, 5, I believe we have 2, right? But I believe we have also in the quizzes, right? We can use now the navigation, right, which is modifying the URL, right, and then displaying the data for that particular quiz. Excellent.